Sigma level provides the organization with a high level look on how a process is performing. But comparing Sigma level between multiple processes does not point out to a particular process does not always point to a particular process an organization should improve first. Okay, let us see some examples. For example, the processes that might be found in food processing plant. Let us take the example of a food processing plant. Okay. The process consists of, most of you know, there is an attaching a decorative element to the food item, packing the product, shipping the product. Okay. If you see the performance metrics of that, decorative touch is centered on the food product and stable so that it won't fall off in transit. How many of you have seen that, a cherry on the cake or something like that, right? A type yes seen in the chat box. Okay. That is sort is a decorative touch, attaching a decorative element to the food, right? And packaging the product is sealed for freshness. It has to be sealed properly. And shipping of the product, which means that the product reaches the right customer in a timely manner. If you say 20 minutes, it should reach in 20 minutes. Fantastic. Okay, now the question from my side. Okay. We all know higher the sigma level, it is better because we are planning to go from 1 sigma to 2 sigma to 3 sigma to 4 sigma to 5 sigma to 6 sigma. The higher sigma levels, it is better. So here, given the current sigma levels of 2.2, 3.1 and 4.3, which process needs improvement? Just put it in the chat box. Let's see. Which process needs improvement? So someone says 2.2, somebody says 3.1. Okay, 2.2 needs to be improved. Okay. Okay, fine. That's logical, right? Because it is low, so it's need to be improved. Okay, let us go into the detail of this. Okay. Leadership should also consider the cost, resources, and estimated impact of improvement. Okay, estimated impact of improvement. Now, if you see here, a glance at sigma levels indicate that the decorative element is in most need of improvement. That's what all of you have typed. The decorative element should be improved, right? The 2.2 has to be improved. While the processes has higher rate of defects, the leadership within the plant would have to ask themselves, how much does that matter to the customer? How much does that matter to the customer? What is the hit to the bottom line? How much it matters to the customer and how much it affects the profits? It's likely that most customers will notice most that product is sealed for freshness and reaches the right location. Okay. Since the bad products has to be thrown away, the most expensive errors might be associated with improper sealing during packing. Okay. How many of you agree with this? Type agree in the chat box. How many of you agree with this? Because though the 2.2 is low sigma value, but it does not have much impact on the bottom line, that is the profits, and it does not matter to the customers as much as a fresh product, and hence sealing process has to be improved. All right. Great. All right. So the plant is likely to use resources to improve packing process before addressing the decorative element issue. Okay. If this is clear on a scale of 1 to 10, please give me a 9 or 10 if it is super, super clear. All right. Thank you very much. After the packing process is improved, the plant might then consider whether to improve the decorative process or not, or the shipping process. As a part of that consideration, the company might conduct customer surveys to reveal that some customers have stopped buying the product because of decorative element issue. So analyst estimates that the loss of sales related to that issues are, let's say, $1,000 a week. Shipping issues are costing $500 a week. So now look at this question. The analysts estimate that the loss of sales related to that issue are costing company $100 a week. Shipping issues are costing $500 a week. Okay. So should the company address costlier issues first? What if you were told that the shipping process could be improved with staff training sessions? The decorative element issue required expensive machinery, whereas the shipping issue is actually can be improved with training the staff. So what would you improve first, whether the shipping issue or the decorative element issue? If it is shipping process, you can type SP. If it is decorating process, you can type DP. Let's see. So most of you is doing SP because decorative portion requires an expensive machinery. So cost is also a consideration. Okay, that's the communication in this particular slide. Low hanging fruit, says Mark. Fantastic, Mark. All of you give thumbs up to Mark. That's a low hanging fruit. Fantastic. Now, sometimes organizations have to consider the expense of improvement. Okay. So expense of improvement is important. Applying Six Sigma project to all situations isn't financially lucrative. Please understand this very, very clear. I'll read it one more time. Applying a Six Sigma project to all situations isn't financially lucrative since the improvement takes time and money. How many of you can relate to this? Type ICR. I can relate in the chat box because there are senior people out here. Okay, if you can relate to this, type ICR in the chat box, right? So a Six Sigma culture is about continuous improvement. Okay, and which means that the team consider all options before embarking on the most lucrative measures. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you for your active participation today, and thank you for those who can relate to this.